So I just saw Varisu. I'm pretty sure this actor and the sidekick was also in Beast. Am I mistaken or am I just going crazy? But I think I'm right. Right? Chase Lee Hockey here with Blue Futon, reviewing Varisu, the last Indian movie of the weekend I saw in theaters. So what it's about, it's a very simple premise actually. You have a huge organization, a mining company, and the father is very much about his business, period dot, which one of the three sons is going to be the heir of the company when he hands it down. The youngest one is like, nah, fam, I don't want this life. I want to be on my own. Disowned from the family. Get out of here. But now, something happens to the father. He has to come back and figure out this family ties. Is it going to work? Are the brothers going to mesh? Or will shenanigans ensue? So, I like this film. I thought it was a pretty good movie. This is probably the more tame movie of the Indian movies I saw. This was more soap opera, more drama, more family elements to it than the actual action set pieces. But when the action set pieces were there, they are pretty fun. Just like I said, they're all goofy and fun at their same level. So about the positive of the film. I think the acting, out of all of them I've seen, this one is the best acted. From the supporting cast to the main cast, I feel like this one just had the more acting chops out of most of the Indian movies I've seen. So I'll give that a positive for sure. They knew what they were doing. They knew it was going to be a family drama, and they knew they had to do this soap opera elements to it. When the action set pieces were there, they were fun, and they were hip to do at the same time. Even though I feel like I kind of want to know why only the younger brother knows how to do what he's doing, because his trajectory in life, goes to Harvard, and now all of a sudden he's just traveling through India to try to do that app and try to get, funding for his app. There's no trajectory of how he learned to flip people 1,700 times in the air. So I kind of want to know that background. Other backgrounds, you kind of know, oh, he's a gangster, he's this. This one, he's like, oh yeah, he's a businessman, but he can kick some ass. But, sometimes you got to put that stuff on the back burner for movies like this. And also, I laugh now because whenever someone's flying in the air and, the main bad guy's like, you would think, where's gravity? But, gravity doesn't, it's not in these movies. And it's okay for that style of movie because it's fun to watch. But I find it laughable. I find it laughable on some levels. And now I mentally realize most of these musical set pieces are more like mini intermissions that change the story arc, which I'd say this happens about 85 to 90% of the movies where they are that. But then you have different ones like RRR, and there are other movies out there that intertwines the music into the story, just like Natu, which that I think will win the Oscar for Best Song, hands down. I really think that it will win, period dot. So when going to the negatives, I do think this had the worst pacing issue out of all the Indian movies I saw. It felt like, what are we trying to get at here? I understand we want to do these family elements here, but we're focused on this one, but not this one. His love interest felt like it should have been more in the foreground during the second half of the story, but it completely wasn't. Same with the divorce storyline. I felt like that divorce storyline was a little bit too soapy for me. Everything worked out too well at the very end of the film. If that person was really cheating on the wife, do you really go back to the person? So just some character choices at that level, I'm like, is that really needed? Yes, I know they add the human trafficking element to it, which will be like, oh shit, do we need to slow it down? So doing that makes it a little more believable. But there's just some elements like that where I'm like, is that drama really necessary or is that really realistic? And there's this weird conference room scene to try to get people on the board to go to one side or the other. It was a weird dancing scene with shoulders. I was like, what are we doing here? I understand some of it was for jokes, but some of it I was just like, I don't understand this whatsoever. Hey, white guy, probably don't understand it, period dot. And finally, like I said, some drawn out issues where you're just like, okay, I know this is soap opera. Let's cut that frame a little bit sooner than later. But hey, you know what? What do I know about these type of movies? Overall, Varisu, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. Family drama with some good action elements. Nothing more, nothing less. So Varisu will receive a 3.5 out of 5 Futons, which equals at 70%. Let's see what the critics' news scores gave this one. So Varisu, we have 2 critics, both positives, 3.5 out of 5, and then there's nothing there. And then audience score is 75%. So we have technically a 100, but we could call it a 75, 75, 70. So we're all in the same realm with this one. Chase out with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think is Bhutontopia. You Bhuftonians. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace and love to every single one of you. And yes, if you're not into movies or you want to expand your horizon, do the Asian movies, do European movies, do African movies, do South American movies. Because apparently Argentina in 1985 won the Golden Globes, which I think that's a one-off. But seriously, expand your horizons. You will learn. I think, speaking about learning yourself, if we had an Indian director, because we had it before, like Korean directors and Japanese directors direct American movies, why don't we have like a mix of like an Indian director do an American movie, but kind of have it intertwined with like American style of action, make it a hardcore R, but then like with the India bonkersness of some of the style of action set pieces, I think it would work on all levels. Maybe make a PG-13 and an R-rated one to see what happens, but I think that's a winner. That would be a winning movie.